Hurricane Florence 2018 by Richard Lynn, Tucker Raymond, Colton Landy, and Sybil Sides. What caused the flooding? Hurricane Florence first hit North Carolina just south of Wrightsville Beach as a Category 1 hurricane. But then the hurricane, combined with the huge storm surge, and along with all of this, including the record-breaking rainfall that they were having, that went up to 30 inches, caused flash flooding. Around a week later, floods also began occurring along rivers due to the runoff.
Magnitude of flooding. Hurricane Florence affected North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, as you can see on the map on the screen. It affected North Carolina the most and lasted from August 31st to September 18th. According to First Street Foundation flood model, it suggests that 538,900 properties are at substantial risk of flooding, but this number will increase to 262,000 by 2050. This indicates that with climate change, there will be more intenser and more frequent hurricanes in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia due to increased emissions of greenhouse gases. And the increase in human population increases emissions as well.
Societal and economic impacts. During the peak of Hurricane Florence, day-to-day life was brought to a halt for several days. Hurricane Florence caused vast damage to both infrastructure and crops. Large-scale loss of crops in North Carolina has an estimated impact of upwards of $2.4 billion. It's also noted that gas production and pipelines in the Appalachian region anticipated a 2 billion cubic feet loss per day of gas production. When asked, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration estimated a total loss of $24 billion. However, this number is conservative, and many states have reported even greater losses.
Flood prevention. Prior to the hurricane, there was not many flood protocols in North Carolina. This was due to the fact that they were initially worried about the initial storm, which was categorized as a Category 4 hurricane on the coast. And once it touched, it was only Category 1. This being said, a lot of the prevention or safety measures were to evacuate and they weren't really worried about like preventing the floods. After all the losses and damages, many North Carolinians have begun to rebuild and are rebuilding more stable houses, and they are also filing for insurance.